Hello, I'm Kelly Mantle. Hello, I'm Kelly Mantle. Hello, I'm Kelly Mantle. And this is the Kelly Mantle Show. Won't you come inside the Kelly Mantle Studio? Do you know I never know where I am, but I always end up where I'm supposed to be? Isn't that punctual of me? The other day, I was late for an important date with my good Judy Alice. And when I arrived, I was in panic mode, and Alice said, "Take a seat, honey, lighten your load." And she said, "Time is timeless, and time takes time to move, so don't rush time, or you might not get into the groove. Time is on your side, even when you're running behind time after time. Sometimes time blows my mind. At times, time falls in line, and sometimes time even rhymes. When you're glowing, you're flowing, and you know everything you need to know. So take a long walk up to the hickory-dickory dock and watch the mouse run up the clock and the cow jump over the moon. Time keeps on slipping into the future, but not a moment too soon. So don't fear. As long as you take time to make time for you, you'll be fine, my dear. And then I vomited. Welcome to the Kelly Mantle Show. Won't you come inside the Kelly Mantle Studio? This summer, one man made a choice not to run, not to hide, but to eat better. From the shadows of a busy schedule comes a weapon unlike anything the world has ever seen. Factor, fully prepared meals, designed by dietitians, crafted by chefs, ready in 2 minutes. No planning, no cooking, no excuses. Last week, after saving the world, he made the call, the Tex-Mex chicken bowl. And in that moment, everything changed. Lean proteins, colorful vegetables, whole food ingredients, with over 100 rotating meals. The mission never gets stale. Always fresh, never frozen, ready in 2 minutes. Because in a world full of chaos, convenience is power. Head to factormeals.com/mantle50off and use code mantle50off to get 50% off and free breakfast for a year. Make healthier eating easy with Factor. Offer only valid for new Factor customers with code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase. I use Factor and you should too. Make healthy eating your easiest mission yet. Do you know what your problem is?
No, but I feel like you're about to tell me in a way that feels like a hate crime.
You have business ideas and you do nothing with them.
Okay, well, every time I try to start something, I spiral. Like, what if I can't build the site right? What if no one buys it? What if it's ugly? What if people hate me?
Honey, people already hate you.
This is why I can't launch anything.
I mean, you think that starting an online store requires a blood sacrifice and a degree in coding.
It doesn't?
No, it's Shopify. Even I can use Shopify. Switch to VoiceOver. Make your life easier and your business operations smoother with Shopify.
Okay, but what if I don't know how to design a site?
They have hundreds of templates. You click a few buttons and suddenly you're a visionary.
Well, what if I mess up inventory or shipping or returns?
All in one place. Inventory, payments, analytics. It's organized, John Mark.
Stop yelling solutions at me.
Stop inventing problems.
You're overwhelming me.
You're overwhelming me.
Kelly, stop it.
Clearly I need to clean up your mess.
Kelly, stop.
Start a business. Do something with your life. John Mark. Start a business.
You start a
Do something
business.
with your
You start a
goddamn
business.
self. Get out of here. It's time to turn those what ifs into with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/mantle. Go to shopify.com/mantle. That's shopify.com/mantle. Luces, cámara, acción. Tenemos una superestrella en nuestra presencia para tu satisfacción. Está perfecta, está hermosa, parece linda evangelista, es una modela. Ladies and gentlemen, un aplauso para la divina Valentina.
Clap, 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 clap. Everybody clap. It's me, Valentina.
Yes! How are you?
I'm amazing, mi amorcito. Thank you so much for having me. How
You
exciting.
Are so beautiful.
Thank you. You
You
too,
are just
mama.
absolutely beautiful. Good to have
I'm
you
so
here.
happy to be here.
Well,
it's
thank
such
you
an
so
honor to be
much.
in your energy, your presence, and to hear you say in person, hello, I'm Kelly Mantle.
Oh, hello. I'm Kelly Mantle.
Have you ever dated a Latino man?
Oh my gosh, so many.
Oh, so you're Latina by injection.
Latino by injection. Yeah, actually, my soul writer through life is from El Paso, and his name is Antonius Subia. And we've been in each other's lives for over, 100 lifetimes, I think. The thing I love about you is your love for fantasy. Oh, Valentina, you really just bring the fantasy. One of my favorite quotes of yours is, let me tell you something. When it comes to me and living in my world, in this little coconut head, and I got is a lot of fantasies. And when I feel the fantasy, it is my reality, and nobody can change that.
No, ma'am.
I love that.
Well, you see, there's a lot inside, like the power of manifestation that you have to believe it to see it. And it really stems as a defense mechanism to the world where what you feel inside isn't necessarily what you're seeing, but you put a lens over the world in order to see it beautiful, in order to rise above your circumstances.
Right.
You cast and you imagine and you paint and you decorate a world in your mind, living in a bubble through a lens that is enhanced by how you would want to see it, how you would want to feel it.
Right.
And when you're living in that defense mechanism to ultimately get to that point that it's reality, it will take you far. You will seem delusional. You will come off to some people as crazy.
Yes.
But for me, it was a defense mechanism to get me to womanhood, to where I am today, grounded in reality. It's not that I'm no longer in the fantasy, but that little delusional, some people say delulu or fantastical being that I was and I still am, got me here today. And what's really beautiful is that it's not that I'm no longer feeling the fantasy, is that my fantasy has now become my reality. So I'm more in it than ever.
Yes.
And I'm ambitious to create new fantasies that I need to reach.
Exactly.
That they're fantastical and people might find me delusional, but I will get there.
Oh, honey, you are getting there. Are you kidding? You're not only transitioning, but you are transcending.
Transcending.
And I love that for you.
Transcend.
Exactly. Transcend. And that's what I love, because that's what I've said my whole life. Turn your fantasies into your reality and you will be the person you were born to be.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. 100%. I've said that my whole life. That's always been my go-to thing, because the goal in life is to find your most authentic self and to be it.
And there's just so much to our stories where we could connect about suffering in silence and the feminine deprivation, not being allowed to access the feminine realm, not allowed to access the feminine divine as our power, as our talent, as our virtue, as our gift.
It takes a metamorphosis to become a butterfly.
Absolutely.
And so we are always evolving, you know?
Always ever changing.
Into the person that we were born to be. I got to see video clips of some performances from All About Valentina, your solo show. Red roses down the mic stand. Beautiful white gown with a flowing cape, a live band, and singing Así Fue.
Yes.
Oh, girl.
That's at the Luckman Fine Arts Complex, part of the Cal State LA campus. And I grew up in the theaters of Hollywood. I went to Hollywood High School. So we have this really grand theater, and we graduate at the Hollywood Bowl. So to study the arts, but then to graduate, but to find drag and to make it back into the theater in the feminine form through the
Right.
persona of Valentina and singing live. It's something that artistically I wanted that challenge because, you know, we do a lot of lip syncing.
Right.
But at the time I was Angel in Rent, so I had all these vocal lessons. Eric Vitro, who's the best in the business.
I love that. And this is one of my favorite things about you, too, is that you say you want to die on the stage.
I would love to.
With roses being thrown at you and the curtain coming down.
Yes, that's how I would love to pass.
And what
doing
song
what I
is
love.
playing?
I think it would be really impactful if it was Amor Eterno, Eternal Love.
Oh, I love that.
By Juan Gabriel. It's a classic.
Yes.
Yes, but I'd be honored to die on stage.
I know that you talk about your experience and your time on Rent live. They used the dress rehearsal.
Yes.
What are your thoughts
It
on
was
where you
so-
are now and looking back on that experience?
It was so unfortunate that happened because we were months of preparation.
Yes.
It was the most complex artistic challenge that I've ever gone through, that I'll probably ever grow through, even more than everybody else there, because I had to transform from kind of like a non-binary angel into a drag queen, sing
drag.
and dance.
And you had like 8 minutes.
8 minutes to do my own makeup, glue on the lashes, do a full change, mic change, wig change.
And wasn't it taking you like 8 hours at that point to get?
Yes.
So
it
you're
was
like, I'm
taking
going
me
from 8 hours to 8 minutes.
forever. And I had to do 8-minute quick change.
Girl, that's impossible.
In heels, up and down stairs, choreography. And then that rehearsal, it was the first time we had a live audience. So all the sound in my in-ears was picking up from the audience screaming so loud. And it was like, I was sick with the cold at the time. And there was just so much going on. And then one of my fellow actors, Brennan Hunt, he actually had an accident where he broke his leg and there were no understudies.
Right.
So that's how that happened, and the rehearsal ended up being aired. We live in a society now where things go viral, and it's just a small clip. Most of the audience has not sat to watch
Seen
the
the whole
entire
thing.
thing.
Yeah.
They sat on their phone and they just saw a 10-second clip of a little yodel come out my throat, you know? And they did not see the totality of my work,
Right.
which I think I did a great job as Angel. But
Oh my God, you
the
did a
Drag Race
beautiful
audience,
job.
I was just eliminated on Friday, and I was performing on Rent on Sunday. There was just a lot going on.
A lot going on. What are some of your dream roles? Who would you love to play?
Audrey in Little Shop of Horrors,
Oh
but
my
to do it in
gosh.
Spanish.
In Spanish.
In Spanish, yeah.
Yes.
'Cause, you know.
Oh my gosh, please make that happen, someone. Any other dream roles you have?
Well, I really do believe I'm the real Carmen Sandiego. So if they can make a Carmen Sandiego series, and the reason she's on the run is that she never wants anybody to really know who her identity is, and that she's just wearing the trench coat and the hat because she's a little clockable, you know. She's
Honey,
alluring at being
when she
a
shows up
cis
to the
woman,
rodeo,
but you know,
she's going to be a little clockable.
before you look at her too close, she's already gone in a helicopter, you know.
Yes.
And then you're thinking it was this woman, but she was trans.
We used to call it spooking the
Yes.
children. Yes, we were spooking the children at the rodeo during the day. But you know, at the bar that night, they didn't seem to mind so much now, did they?
Yeah, I really do believe I'm the modern day Carmen Sandiego.
I love that for you. Carmen Sandiego never knows where she's going, but she always ends up where she's supposed to be.
Exactly.
I love that you have this masterful power to disassociate.
Oh, honey, it's a gift.
It is a gift, isn't it?
Yes.
I do too. I love that you talk about that on your moment on Drag Race when the wonderful, wonderful, famous moment where you keep the mask on and you say you look at that and you were totally disassociated
I was.
from the whole situation.
I was.
I totally hear everything you're saying because when I was standing there in the bacon dress, I was speaking, I was engaged, but I cannot tell you, I don't have any memory of it whatsoever in my mind. It was like an out-of-body experience. And yours must have been 10,000 times more like impactful because RuPaul's telling you to remove the mask.
Oh, he wasn't just telling it me. There's more. Like,
Really?
yes,
That we
there's
didn't
more.
see.
Now I can remember that it was just a blur, and I remember RuPaul was just not having it. He was not happy, and everything stopped. I was confused. Everything stopped. A lot of people think, oh, she didn't learn the song. She just didn't learn the song. No, I stayed up all night practicing the song, and it wasn't about that. It was just that I was completely dissociated at the same disassociated. And I remember looking over at Nina, and she was being so supportive and so sweet, and she did an amazing job at the lip sync. And it's just like, because me and Nina on set, we were actually very close, and we were kind of like the oddballs, believe it or not. And we were very close. You know, we would whisper into each other's ears and hold each other.
Right.
And,
She's like, I got you.
you know, there's so many interesting things that make up Nina Bonina Brown that I just find fascinating. I've always been a big fan of eccentric people that function and think differently.
The brain,
yes.
the mind. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
But she was so supportive. RuPaul was just so angry. And then to go back into the workroom and hold the trophy and say, okay, so how do you feel? Can you say that again? Can you say it a little louder?
Oh,
like
wow.
the parade of us
Right.
being eliminated with the dim lights. It was just so hard
So much.
on my mental health.
Yeah.
Reality television is just something we sign up for, but you just really don't know the consequence of what it's.
Do you
the
know
way you
what went
repair
through your
from that.
mind to make the decision to leave the mask on? Do you remember having a moment saying, I'm making this decision and this is why?
No, I was not there.
Right.
I was adrift.
So it never entered your brain that, oh, this is going to be a problem because I'm supposed to be lip syncing.
I don't remember saying it.
Right.
Watching
That's
it, Mickey's at Showgirls with the viewing party.
While it's happening.
While
yeah.
it's happening, it's like revisiting something just
Sure.
so traumatic
Absolutely.
for me. But it's funny. It's funny now.
Honey, RuPaul
like,
says
we're all
it's one of
laughing
the
at me.
3 most shocking moments of
Yeah.
Drag Race.
Yeah.
I mean, kudos to you.
Inside
I
my
was
body was hard.
screaming.
Yeah, but
I'm sure.
yeah. But
I'm
now I
sure.
get to watch it. I'm like, that girl was a mess.
It's priceless. It's priceless because it's self-protection. You were protecting yourself.
But I don't let it define me. You
No,
know, my
it's a part of
claim
your
to fame is
story.
me going
Yeah.
through it.
One of my favorite moments of that season was you got to carpool with RuPaul dancing and singing to Sissy That Walk. I mean,
Yes.
who gets to do that?
Yeah, we
In the
were
car
in the
with
car with RuPaul, actually driving the car. It was a Range Rover Land Rover. And it was really nice to be
was
that
so
close to the
cool.
diva. And her
Yeah.
asking questions about your audition tape.
Yeah.
It was a close moment of individuality with the queen of drag. You know? It was
Absolutely.
such a gift.
Jamming out to her song with her.
I feel so bad that I made her so angry and she eliminated me. And she said, I thought you had it in you to go all the way. Now get
did
out.
she say that?
She did. I thought you had it in you to go all the way.
Well, baby, she sees you going all the way now.
Well, you know, we do what we can.
I mean, you went back for All Stars, so obviously she doesn't have that big of a problem with you.
But you know what? Like, just to be honest, I don't think I'm really good at doing the show.
I don't either. I mean, not for me. I'm not. And I know a lot of girls that think that. Katya and I talked about that before.
Yeah, it's like
It's
I've prepared all these expensive looks to wear it for this challenge.
right.
Do I really want to win this?
Now, we were just talking about Snatch Game before the cameras started rolling. One of my favorite moments on the season is you played Miss Colombia on Snatch Game.
Yes.
And then you did Miss Venezuela on the main stage. And Michelle Visage thought that it was the same crown. And I said, honey, if you grow up in the Miss USA, Miss Universe
Beauty pageant world, yes.
like we did,
Mm-hmm.
it's a totally different country, a totally different crown.
It's totally different.
One is for Universe and one is for Venezuela.
Yes. The Snatch Game
It was so good.
my dear friend Ariadna Gutierrez, who's this beautiful, beautiful woman from Colombia who she was crowned and then decrowned, you know, at Miss Universe. And now she's a supermodel. I just saw her walk for Stéphane Roland in Paris. She's a dear friend of mine now, and I was doing her first Snatch Game, and I had the sash, had the wig, I had the tears running down my eyes, and on set they were rushing me to be ready. All the girls were lined up and ready, and they're like, Valentina, we need to go.
I feel like this happens a lot.
We need to go, Valentina. I was like, wait. And I was rushing so much, and at the time I was wearing nail tips, pointy, always stiletto, okay? So I had the super glue, and I was going, they're like, in my ear, we gotta go. I was under so much stress and pressure from the production team that I put the crazy glue down, and then I put my hand down and then I realized I glued my finger to the table.
No.
Then I go into a full meltdown, full like kind of emotional panic. And just imagine all those other queens lined up, just enjoying the fact of my vulnerability.
Oh, and they were living
for
like,
it. Let's start without her.
Oh.
They're probably thinking that and laughing at me. And I was fully I was painted on as a crying beauty queen, but I was actually genuinely crying, going through it. And
because that glue, when it sticks to your skin, it'll rip your skin off.
It will.
How did you get your hand disconnected?
Well, Peppermint came while laughing at me.
Wow,
like,
still while laughing at you.
Like, just like, have you ever seen a little kid having a tantrum and going through it, and then their parents laughing at them? They're like, stop laughing at me.
Yes.
That was what was happening, but she was helping me. She got a credit card, and she started to like...
Girl, Peppermint knows the tricks, honey.
Unglue me from the table.
Oh, my God.
And so it was a moment for Snatch Game.
Oh, honey. See, these are the moments we need to see on camera on Drag Race. These are the moments we need to see, because that to me is so much more far interesting than what we see on the show sometimes.
Yeah, I was fully crying. Really, actually crying.
Well, then you got to get into character for losing.
I was getting into
losing the crown.
Yes. I'm gonna crown it.
She gonna crown it.
I'm gonna go and try to crown.
Oh,
I'm gonna say my verse and then crown it. And I'm going to snatch a crown. That was so ugly, but you know when they go on Drag Race and they're like, I'm here and I'm talking to the girl crown. They're like, everybody talks about, I'm gonna snatch the crown.
I'm gonna snatch the crown.
Crown it, take the crown. Are you now?
Are you? I never once said that. I never believed in a second I would take the crown. It never even entered my mind to take the crown.
Yeah. For All Stars 4, they wanted me to rap, and I decided to sing instead.
Good for you.
Yeah.
On your audition video, who did you do for Snatch Game?
The one and only, your co-star, Tamara Cafe, Tammie Brown.
Tammie Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Can you give us a sample of Valentina doing Tammie Brown?
Excuse your mouth. What else?
Oh my God, you get the lips and the bob down.
Yeah, you bite the middle and you raise the top. And then it does that like Joan Crawford shape, you know, Marlena
Yes.
Dietrich, where it's like,
Yes.
you know, it's not the lift lip, but it's like the lift.
It's like a wide
It's
heart.
a wide lift. It lifts on both sides
Yes.
of this instead of like this.
And not much of a lip at all.
Yeah, and you know, I really thought that she was like her idol would be Lucille Ball, but then she ended up telling me that she loves Tina Turner.
She loves Tina Turner. Tina Turner is her everything. I know when I first met her, I was like, you're like Edith Piaf. She's like, oh, I don't like Edith Piaf. And
I
I'm
know,
like,
right?
Why does she not
I know,
like Edith
but
Piaf?
that's what you're giving, sis.
I'm like, you literally look just like her.
And then
It's
you
crazy.
find out like she's fluent in Spanish, and then she's fluent in Nahuatl, which is an indigenous language in Mexico.
Nahuatl. Yes,
and
she's taken her lessons.
culturally, she's very Mexican because she lived in Mexico for a long time as a child.
Hello, her dad is a cross-dressing coke dealer with the cartel.
Yeah, she always tells me, I love Lucia Mendez. Lucia Mendez, she's my friend. I have her perfume. And then she tells me, oh, I love Dulce la cantante, tu muñeca, Valentina. And then she speaks to me in Spanish
Yes.
fluently.
She's wonderful. She loves Lucia Mendez. She wears the perfume. And then she also, do you love Chavela Vargas?
I do. Very beautiful.
Yes.
Very beautiful.
Tammie
her
and I
singing.
will partake in some wine and weed and listen to Chavela Vargas.
Very powerful,
dance
her
around the living room
interpretation.
together. Oh,
Yeah.
isn't she amazing?
Yeah.
Oh, God, it's so good.
She slept with Ava Gardner.
Did she really?
She did. Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't know that.
Hollywood used to love to party in Puerto Vallarta.
Yes, Elizabeth Taylor owned a house down there.
And so did Juan Gabriel. So the way Puerto Vallarta became very gay is because Elizabeth Taylor, Juan Gabriel, they had these fabulous parties. And all these big superstars would have their teams. And a lot of their teams were, of the community. And separate from in the hills of the fancy houses, over down this way, that's where all the queer teams would stay. And that's how Vallarta started to become very LGBT.
I love that.
So there
Rock
was
Hudson would always go there. If you were a friend of Dorothy, you would go to Puerto Vallarta.
If you have a little dollop of daisy up in there.
Oh,
Were you born with the dollop of daisy?
I don't know. I hope so. John Mark, are you enjoying your Factor meals?
The pesto chicken is really good.
Really good or actually good?
It's like really, really good.
Really?
It's honestly better than anything I've made myself in the past decade.
Well, that's not surprising. But I'm glad that you finally found something that will take the place of you whining that your schedule is the reason that you eat like a raccoon behind a CBS.
Are you having me followed, Kelly?
Trust is earned, John Mark. Switch to voiceover. Lean proteins, colorful veggies, whole food ingredients, healthy fats.
No refined sugars, no artificial sweeteners, no refined seed oils, nothing weird.
Meals that actually fit your goals. More protein, calorie management, or just not feeling like a haunted Victorian child at 3 p.m.
I do feel less haunted.
High protein, calorie smart, Mediterranean, GLP-1, support, ready to eat salads.
I had a salad. I didn't tell anyone, but I did.
I can see it in your eyes. Look at that. For once in your life, you can actually stick to something besides a bad decision.
I use this and you should too.
Oh, that was convincing. You almost sounded like a person with direction.
You're really upsetting me today, Kelly.
Head to factormeals.com/mantle50 off and use code mantle50 off to get 50% off and free breakfast for a year. Offer only valid for new Factor customers with code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase. Make healthier eating easy with Factor. You know, starting a business is deeply humiliating.
That's a little dramatic, Kelly.
No, I'm serious. It's like one day you're a star, and the next day you're Googling how to ship a mug without it arriving shattered, like my spirit.
Well, that is precisely why we set up our merch site with Shopify.
What was that?
It's the sound of a sale, Kelly.
Really? Play it again. Oh, yes. Oh, I love that sound. Play it again. Keep playing it. Switch to voiceover.
Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses and 10% of all e-commerce in the US. From huge brands like Mattel and Momofuku to scrappy little freak shows like ours.
Excuse me, I am a polished institution.
Shopify also helps you run email and social campaigns so you can actually find customers instead of just begging your friends to repost.
I still do that.
We know.
I threaten them.
Also, if you ever get stuck, Shopify has 24/7 customer support.
So it's available all the time?
Yes.
Unlike you.
Kelly, you can't replace me with a website.
Watch me.
Start your business today with the industry's best business partner, Shopify, and start hearing...
Sign up for your $1 per month trial today at shopify.com/mantle. Go to shopify.com/mantle. That's shopify.com/mantle. We like to play games here on the Kelly Mantle Show. And today we are going to play Drag Association with the one and only Valentina. Bob the Drag Queen.
Bob the Drag Queen. My dear Bob the Drag Queen, I remember this very special moment when I was on Work the World and I had done castings for Angel and Rent and we only had like 3 shows left. And I had a deep conversation with Bob where I was like, Bob, I have 3 shows left, but I just got the role, but I think I really want to just leave this tour and just get started on everything that I need to do. It's like, don't do it. But I remember telling Bob, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to leave this tour. Because a lot of the other girls, they would like not be there. Detox and Violet. Or they would miss something because they had to work elsewhere. And I'd never done that. But at that time, I decided I was just going to leave the tour early. And Bob was like, all right, life after doing that one gig is not going to, doing Rent is not going to completely change your life. And I was like, I think it is. I really do think this is that time where I go and I prepare vocally, I prepare my body, I prepare everything that I want. I want to be all in for this role. And these last 3 shows is something that I just want to go right now, and I want to go prepare for this. And I had that deep conversation with Bob, and had an updated conversation with Bob where he was like, you know what, Valentina? Kudos to you. You were right. You should have done that. And I admire you so much for having done that for yourself. Like, sure, I could have completed the tour and all this and all that, but at the same time, like, for me, the role of Angel was something that I was going to do anything and everything and prioritize my entire being, body, to do that.
Life is a course of crossroads, and we're always coming up to crossroads, and we're like, do we take this road over to the right, or do we take this over to the left, or do we just stay down the center? And so it's always choosing which one to take,
Just making decisions about where we want to go with our life.
Yeah.
And in that moment, I really wanted to take the decision on
Well, I think you made the right decision.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, and I loved Work the World because, sorry to interrupt you,
no,
but at the time I had joined doing like tours and working with other queens because I'd been so lonely on tour by myself.
Right.
That I was looking for sisterhood, genuinely.
Yeah.
And at that point, I'd really gotten enough of it. I was like, okay, fuck these bitches. I gotta go.
My favorite moment that Bob, when he talks about you, is he says about your infamous tardiness in those days, at least.
Yeah,
and he said that you said, "Do you want me to feel bad for being late? Because I'm late every day. So do you want me to feel bad every day?" That is so like, hello. I mean, you have a point.
It's so silly of me to do that. It's so unprofessional.
Hey, listen, honey, I'm always late.
But the way that I looked when I was doing that caliber of drag with the hip
Right.
pads, with the 6
takes
pairs
a
of
lot of work.
tights, with the lifting tapes,
Honey.
with the unclockable hairline, ventilated one by one, with the titty contour, all those details, top and bottom lash, like contacts, like teeth whitened, spray tan, the
Spray tan, that takes forever.
forever.
That's like a whole extra
body
hour.
shimmered, 7 perfumes, like all those things take time. And
Yes.
I was running late a lot of the times back then because I was doing drag in the highest form.
the
and I
highest
was not
form.
cutting any corners.
And you're a perfectionist.
And when I would
you
run
at that,
20, 30 minutes late at the meet and greet. It's something that,
Well, do you want
I
me
don't
to
do
feel
that
bad?
anymore. Did you ever notice that I'm the only girl to have her nipples blurred?
Really?
Because I look too fish. And all
And
the other
that
girls,
right there, honey, is manifestation.
And all the other girls.
Station, honey.
they're showing the pepperoni.
They're showing the pepperoni, honey.
They
And they don't
said-
cover it up at all.
They don't.
Honey,
So-
because they are not serving.
And that's not nice for the other girls.
No, honey.
It's really not.
Well, they're land animals. They're
Yeah.
just not in the sea.
But you see, for them to blur my nipples, it's them calling me fish.
Exactly. And that is on Valentina.
Thank you.
Gia Gunn.
So this is association game?
This is Drag Association.
Well, I want a dissociation.
No. She's going to disassociate from Gia Gunn.
I never speak bad of anyone.
Girl.
I do not. I just don't. It's not in my vernacular. And I guess I'm not going to start today.
Galaxy.
I know what you're doing.
I worry about it.
You want me to elaborate?
Well, this is a safe space, Valentina. So if you want to
No, this is a public
elaborate-
space and everybody's looking at us right now.
No, they're not.
They are.
We're the only ones here. That's all in your mind. Are you okay, Valentina?
In my mind and in my heart.
You always end up where you're supposed to be.
Here with you.
On the Kelly Mantle Show. Ding! La ganja es stranja.
I love Laganja Estranja. We recently spoke about how she's moving to Thailand and she's really connected to the Godoy community. And she's been really sweet. I've seen her come up, her Adore Delano, when they were competing at Project Drag here in LA. When I started to go out and
well, now wasn't your first drag show something that the Boulet brothers were doing, but it was before Dragula?
They had a pageant called the Witch's Ball. And we had to perform the 7 Wonders in the nightclub. And the winner would win like drink tickets and $200. Okay?
Drink tickets and $200.
Fierce. And there were all these challenges and people would get eliminated. And I entered and I won. And I won, and I had to go bobbing for apples, and I had to do a witch's cackle. We had to lip sync to I Will Survive. And then the final challenge was that they put, it was so vulgar. I'm going to tell you. They put a double-sided dildo in between me and the other girl.
A double-sided dildo?
Yes.
In between
and they told
you
us
and the
to
other
perform
girl?
fellatio. Is fellatio on dicks or?
What is fellatio?
Or cunnilingus, that's on the pussy.
I think that's when someone's set on fire.
Okay, so it's they asked us to perform fellatio in its highest form to the live audience, and whoever got the most cheer for it would win.
So you had to set the double-sided dildo on fire?
No, we had to perform fellatio on the double-sided dildo.
Oh, you mean
as a performance art in front of the audience. Yes. We had to get on our knees, me and this other person.
Valentina. And this is how your drag career started.
And I did it. I was going to do whatever it took because I was exploring drag, right?
From double dildos to
I was the cutest little witch. I had a dark lip. I was very glamorous, very pretty. But then you saw the undoing of the glamour and the beauty.
Right.
And the ambition of a star was in the undoing of me bobbing for apples, fully dipping my entire face in water.
Right.
Throwing out the apples and then like breaking character, which I'm classy, elegant Latina lady. But then, performing oral sex on this double-sided dildo and spitting on it. And
stage.
Masturbating it and slapping it on my face. That's what I had to do. I won. And people don't know it that I won, that I have the little spooky kooky talabuki in me.
Can you see Valentina on Dragula?
And people are like, Valentina was not doing drag for 6 months because she won the Boulet Brothers. That was one night.
Girl.
Just one night. Like I wasn't a drag queen. I hadn't performed yet. I was like...
Right.
I put makeup on and I entered this contest just for fun. I hadn't been
and she
hired
was
as a drag queen
second on double-sided dildos.
Would a young you would have done that?
Absolutely. I grew up in the rock and roll scene. My drag comes from theater and being in rock and roll bands. And in rock and roll bands, it was very common to, I dressed like a hooker, honey, running up Sunset Boulevard looking like a hooker, getting into my 79 Chevy Camaro with T-tops. My little jean mini skirt, honey, and my high heels.
I love that.
Smoking my cigarettes.
You're very punk rock.
Drinking my Bud Light, honey.
Oh, you're rock and roll. My dad loved rock and roll. My dad loved the Eagles. He loved Jimi Hendrix, Led Zeppelin. It's rock and roll to me, even though Linda Ronstadt put them together.
The Eagles.
She comes from
that
country.
was more like the Laurel Canyon, which I also love, and that's what I eventually graduated into. That was like the Joni Mitchells and the Eagles and the Mamas and the Papas, and it was
I
like
love the Carpenters.
Yes,
the Carpenters. They're from Downey. Yeah.
Are they really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Karen Carpenter.
Long ago, but not so far away,
I fell in love with you before the second show. Your guitar, it sounds so sweet and clear, but you're not really here. It's just the radio.
Alexis Michelle.
Alexis Michelle. Lady Bunny has an alphabet song, and she goes, Peppermint is openly trans. Alexis Michelle was openly bland. That's what Lady Bunny said. I thought that was so mean.
But you remembered it word for word.
But Alexis Michelle helped me when I hadn't put a lip on underneath the mask for when I got eliminated. And I had these claws glued onto my fingers. Mariana Hartunian gloves with long nails. So I couldn't do my own lip. So I asked Alexis Michelle, and she did my lip for me. I regret it. She did not do a beautiful shape.
Did not do a beautiful shape.
When I take the mask off and you see my lip, it's underdrawn. It's the wrong shade of red. And
wait, is that the reason you wanted to keep your mask on? It was the fault of Alexis Michelle.
Yes.
It was Alexis Michelle's fault. After all these years, we finally find the answer.
But I feel like now she would know how to draw my lip.
Yes.
Alexis Michelle's makeup is just so beautiful.
Oh, beautiful, yeah.
Her comeback, just so glamorous.
Gorgeous.
Just so beautiful.
I love that.
So beautiful. And she had the best stories, like when we would get in the van going home. Miss
She's
Alexis
a
Michelle,
storyteller, honey. There's a beginning, a middle, and an end.
Always.
Yes. Lushious Massacr.
Lushious Massacr. That is my sister. Lushious Massacr is really dear to my heart. She's my dear friend. She just moved here to LA.
Yes, she did. From Brownsville, Texas, honey.
I'm very lucky to have had her during the experience of Drag Race Mexico, doing my makeup.
Oh, that's right. She did your makeup.
Yeah, her and my friend Ernesto Casillas, they both did half and half.
Yeah.
And I would do my makeup for the workroom looks, and then she would do my makeup for the main stage. She's a beautiful human being.
Oh.
The sense of humor in that
The
woman,
heart,
but
the
also
activism.
But also, she's a lot more deep than you would see. You know, she's really heartfelt and she's really passionate, very talented, very funny, and it's such a gift that she's an Emmy Award-winning makeup artist.
Yes.
But at the same time, to have that sense of humor with you on set.
Yes.
Was such a treat. I'm so proud of all her improvements and terror brick. Yes.
Don't do it, little girl.
I know. I love
that
much.
we had her here on the pod, and I said, I love that you're an Emmy Award-winning makeup artist who has said you don't need to clean your brushes.
Oh, I don't clean my brushes either.
You don't?
No.
No way.
If something happened
You just
and
go
I didn't
down
have
and
my
get a new
makeup,
one?
if I didn't have my makeup with me, I could all the pigment that's in the brushes, I could probably do a whole face.
So you never clean your brushes?
I don't.
No way.
No, I don't.
And you have such beautiful, perfect skin.
I do.
So we don't need to clean our brushes. Maybe that's what I'm doing
Maybe
wrong.
other people do, but
Maybe the brush cleaner is getting onto our skin and making our skin awful. And that's why you have such perfect skin, because you don't use brush cleaner on your brushes.
No. And I have really fierce brushes too. I love all of this. I'm enjoying this so much. What
I
a
get
gift.
so lost in you when you tell a story and just your beauty that I forget to talk sometimes. I'm like, oh wait, I'm supposed to be conducting an interview. Valentina is una modella. Please show us your outfit and model for us. Oh my gosh, look at this. These are amazing.
These are Versace.
They are
Archival
Versace. You've been in Vogue Mexico.
Yes.
Elle Mexico.
Yes.
Harper's Bazaar Mexico.
Yes.
Marie Claire Mexico. These pictures, your image, just everything is, and you're living your fantasy. You're turning your fantasy into reality. And you're going to all the fashion shows, walking the runways. Tell me what it's like.
I have always wanted to be a model.
Yes.
I had a model mayhem. I watched America's Next Top Model. I would always be on set, and I wanted to be signed to an agency. I just wasn't able to accomplish it in the male form.
Right.
Created the drag persona, and being a prominent figure in the Latin community, the LGBT community, and being an artist, I finally made my way into being a cover girl.
So good.
Front row at fashion shows, on set, working with the best hairstylist, the best makeup artist, the best stylist. And it's such an honor and it's such a gift to be a vessel for art, for
really
fashion, for beauty, for creativity. I think one of my favorite parts of what I do, because I do many things, is editorial work, being on set.
You get to tell a story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The racks of clothes, shoes, accessories, a full team, nails, hair, makeup, and the day, and the music, the playlist, and the lighting. And all of it comes together to take the perfect picture.
You talk about this comes from a place of wanting to be seen. I'm assuming some of that stems from your relationship with your father.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I know that you mentioned that it was upon his passing was kind of the you took that moment to reflect, and that's when you started transitioning.
Yeah, a lot of my childhood was a lot of suffering and silence. It was the deprivation of femininity that was yearning to come out.
Yes.
And I think in my father's passing, I learned to release the dragon and to let go of the machismo that bound me down, that honor and that respect that I had for my father. Right. Growing up in a Latino Catholic household, it had reins on me. There was so much control and power coming from my father, from the way that I walked to the way that I talked, to the things that I liked, the things that I wore. I felt him controlling the way I could think.
Sure, yeah.
So it just released something when he was no
the
longer
was
here.
Unlocked, yeah.
Yeah, I was able to trust in my feminine intuition that was always there, screaming, clawing its way to get out.
Right.
And now I've allowed her to come to the surface, and I really
love that.
embrace the experience.
I'm assuming because I'm getting your grandmother probably saw you completely.
Before I passed, I was like letting her know that, I want to be like the women in my family.
Yes.
I want to be a married woman. I need to learn to cook, teach me some recipes, because what man's going to want to marry me if I'm a Mexican girl that can't throw down in the kitchen? Because not to be misogynistic, but the women in my family, they're fierce. They hold down a home, a husband, children, and a career all at the same time. And they're all so brilliant and so different, but I come from that. I admire that. That's something that I aspire to be like the women in my family.
Absolutely.
But my experience is a little more complex because I'm trans, and my trans experience is very unique and very I'm the first queer person in my entire humongous Mexican family. So I'm kicking the door wide open with so much. And
how do you feel living as a trans woman now? Because you recently announced online publicly that this was what's happening. How is everything? How is the journey?
I feel really fish.
Yeah.
I feel really fish.
You definitely have the love and protection of tu abuela.
Yes.
Yes. And I'm getting I'm feeling that there's yes, it's a lot of love and protection. And I keep being shown something about Pinocchio, and I keep seeing an X over Pinocchio.
Yes.
Does that mean anything to you?
It means a lot, yeah.
Okay, good. From Mercedes.
Sí, my nana Mercedes.
Sí.
My nana Mercedes would collect little Pinocchio dolls.
No.
She loved Pinocchio. And if you were the cutest little boy in our family, you would get to wear the Pinocchio Halloween costume because she would sew. And I was never the cutest little boy, and she never made me Pinocchio.
Well, that's probably for the best. That's why there's an X over the Pinocchio.
Yeah. I didn't get to be the Pinocchio, but I was a real life Pinocchio because I used to love The Little Mermaid, and I thought my life was, transitioning into fish, starting as fish and turning into a woman and aspiring to that. And, daddy doesn't let me. I thought that was my story. And I was telling my brother once, and then he clocked me and he said, no, you're like Pinocchio. You're just trying to prove to your father that you're a real boy all the time. And I said, why'd you do that to me?
Oh, wow. So there's a strong connection to
Pinocchio. Yeah.
That's why
being a little puppet, being a little doll.
That is wild.
It's all like, I'm a real boy, daddy. I really am. I really am. You see, I'm masculine. I could do it. I could walk that way. But in reality, I couldn't.
You've got to turn this into a story or a song or a movie. Right? The connection with Pinocchio and the gender journey. That's really interesting. Well, we want to play another little game here on the Kelly Mantle Show because we have the actress Valentina inside the Kelly Mantle Studio. What is your favorite word?
it would be a phrase, and I think it would be like mi amor, my love. You know.
Mi amor.
Mm-hmm.
And do you have a romance in your life?
I do. I do.
I love that.
I do. I keep it very private. I do have my Mr. Big. It's really beautiful because, you know, he's there, but he knows he's with the star and he has to share me with the world. Yes.
Exactly.
And he does.
When you fall in love with Valentina, you fall in love with the world. El mundo. What is your least favorite word?
Trade.
Right. I know. I don't like it. I just don't
live.
like it. So many people will comment on my man's photos when I post photos. I'm like, trade. And I'm like, he's really, he would make the worst trade. What is your favorite curse word?
It's not a curse word, but I love the word.
I do
love.
too. Honey, we used to call ourselves that with pride back in the 7969 Peanuts days, honey. Like, I'm
At
sorry.
Peanuts.
Yes, girl.
29.69 or 79.69.
Peanuts,
Yes.
honey. It's
When
like
RuPaul
club,
was doing
it's like
the
club.
Yeah.
What was it? Club what?
Club 96.
Club 96. 7969 Peanuts. You were onto something.
We were onto something there, and they eliminated me. They eliminated me during that episode,
Well, that was their problem.
and it was
And
a
look at her
sensation.
now.
And it was a sensation.
What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
I want to be a geisha.
Really?
Yeah, I want to be reborn in Kyoto, Japan, or Gion, and be a geisha.
Wow.
And if I was born male again, then I would have to go into kabuki.
What profession would you not like to do?
No, like finance or no. Like I don't want to do anything that's not being an artist. I really
Right.
don't.
If the goddess exists, what would you like to hear the goddess say when you enter the chambers of the afterlife?
I am you and you are me. We are we.
And on that note, Valentina, tell us about this new organization that you are working with.
So I'm currently working with Maremoto, my dear friends there, Jess and Sam, who have created this organization just against ICE. And in general, it's born on January 7th when we see Renee Good murdered by ICE agents. And then they created these pins, which I want to gift you one.
Thank
which
you
is
so
Ice
much.
Out.
Ice out.
And
I also have one that is hashtag fuck ice.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And the ultimate goal of Ice Out is to have accountability from the U.S. government. The U.S. is committing crimes against humanity on hardworking, innocent people. Sure, there are some guilty people out there, and sure, get them out. But the hardworking immigrants that are coming to this country for a better life, I'm a child of immigrants. And I am just so disappointed that we've gotten this far. I trace back my family heritage to Tarahumara Raramuri, which are indigenous people of the northern mountains of Chihuahua, Mexico. So that's, in the Americas, that's what we are. We're not illegal. We're not aliens. We're human beings, and we've been here, you know, and we need accountability against the government. We need receipts. I was on tour in Spain, and I was seeing live what was happening to little Liam Ramos, the little child with the blue bunny hat, being detained and being used as a plot to get his father as well detained. And that's just one person, and it blew up. But like, just imagine all the people that this is being done to them.
Yeah.
And, you know, Renee Good, the murders that have happened and being detained from the queer people that don't maybe have family looking for them. Like, it's awful. It's like, it's insane. And I hope that just by having this conversation with you about it gets everybody to keep talking. And we just can't stand for this. It's just they're on the wrong side of history.
Yeah, on the wrong side of history, and how you can't see that, I don't understand. I'll never understand. But we are 100,000% always going to be talking out against it and hope for better days, you know, that our government can switch gears and we can take control of the House or the Senate or something and get some freaking laws passed and like make sure this doesn't keep happening because it's lawless, you know, and these are all people like, well, we're about law. I'm like, you're literally being illegal right now.
We need these ICE agents to remove their mask.
It's
I know
disgusting.
if RuPaul asked me to remove my mask,
if anyone knows about removing
then they
masks,
must remove their mask
they must
too.
remove their mask. I mean, if you're so brave and you're so proud of what you're doing, why are you hiding behind masks?
They're probably
it's
ugly.
disgusting. Huh?
They're probably ugly too.
They're probably, well, it's Alexis Michelle's fault. So is there a website that everyone can go to and find out more information?
Absolutely. It is somoselmaramoto.org. That is somoselmaramoto.org.
And we will put that website right up here for you. Please go check the website out and check the organization out and continue to support everyone that's having to deal with ICE.
Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you, Valentina. Ladies and gentlemen, our distinguished guest, thank you so much for being here.
No, thank you so much for having me.
It has been such a delight having you here. You are everything I dreamed of, that I fantasized about, and it's now been turned into reality. Please tell the listeners and the viewers where they can find you if they're not already following you on the social medias where you want to be found.
In your wildest dreams.
There you go. In your wildest dreams. Thank you so much.
No, thank
for
you,
being
darling.
here and for providing your wonderful trans excellence and Latin excellence and speaking out for the people and continuing to bless us with your beauty and your talents and everything that you do.
Thank you. It's been such a gift just being together and each other's energy. Thank you for having me.
I love that. And thank you so much for tuning in. We know you have a million podcasts to choose from. And for some reason, you chose this one, and we have no idea why. But we are so grateful that you did. And please go buy our merch and join our Patreon. The links are in our bio. And tune in next week when our guest will be Gloria Trevi.